Good evening. You're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Committee of Research Council approves strategic research programs on food safety and non-communicable chronic diseases. His Excellency, the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, reviews with the Special United Nations envoy to Yemen the ways of achieving peace in the country. His Excellency, the Minister of State and Governor of the Dhofar, pays a visit to the Wilaya of Shlim and Al-Halaniyat Islands, a 1 million palm tree project. And Al-Rafad Fund finances 2,191 loans as at the end of December 2018. Good evening once again, and thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. The Committee of Research Council approved 2 strategic research programs on food safety and non-communicable chronic diseases. It also approved the projects regarding the organizational structure of the Secretariat General of the Research Council, as well as got acquainted with the development budget for projects and programs of the Council for 2019. The meeting was headed by His Highness Sayyid Shihab bin Tariq Al Saeed, advisor to His Majesty the Sultan, Chairman of the Council. His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, met Martin Griffiths, a Special United Nations envoy to Yemen. During the meeting, they discussed ways of achieving peace in Yemen, as well as preparing for the upcoming talks between the Yemeni parties. His Excellency Sayyid Mohammed bin Sultan Al Busaidi, Minister of State and Governor of the Dhofar, paid a visit to Rahab Farm in the Wilaya of Shlim and Al Halaniyat Islands, which consist of over 50,000 palm trees. With the first phase of 1 million palm tree project is moving towards its conclusion, the project is making a tremendous leap towards achieving its goal to provide strategic and vital sources of income. The project uses state-of-art irrigation and farming facilities and systems to produce quality dates for both the local and international markets. The visit, organized as part of follow-up visits planned by Diwan of Royal Court to witness the latest updates in the project. The Rafad Fund's loan portfolio statistics until the end of December 2018 clarified that it financed 2,191 loans, as the payback percentage reached 85.5% or 85.4%. The number of commercial projects reached 746, recording 37.3%, followed by 184 industrial projects with 9.2% of the total number of projects financed by the fund. It's worth mentioning that the body is concerned from the continued support of projects in the promising sectors, which are the gateway to a diversified national economy, enriching the small and medium enterprise sector in the Sultanate. The Minister of Tourism explained that the number of hotel establishments is expected to be opened during this year will reach 86 hotel establishments and 3,983 rooms. The official research partner to Arabian travel market Colliers International stated that the growth rate for tourists visiting Oman will reach 5% until year 2023. The increase in the number of tourists in Oman was due to new visa facilities such as electronic visa services and short-term visa. Colliers International explains the tourism growth was attributed to the increase in number of tourists from India, United Kingdom and Germany by 12.9% and 7% respectively. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and yet to come in our news bulletin, the Arab Water Day is celebrated in the Governorate of Dhofar.
Why is competition good for businesses? Businesses compete in things like price, quality and service to win new customers who could be other businesses as well as consumers. Being competitive can mean more customers choose you rather than your rivals. But when businesses collude and don't compete, this can lower down the quality and service, and the consumers paying more than they should. This is an unlawful practice and can stop consumers from getting more options on goods and services with better quality and better prices. That's why the Competition Protection and Monopoly Prevention Law was issued, to regulate the freedom of practicing any economic activities and stabilize the principles of the market rules and freedom of pricing, in such manner that the same shall not restrict competition, prevent the same, or be negatively affected, thereby to benefit consumers, businesses, and the national economy. Breaching any of the law's clauses could lead to prison sentences and fines up to 100,000 Omani Riyals. The punishment can also include paying 10% of the total annual sales of the products subject of the violation, as well as damage to the business's reputation. Help us in preventing anti-competitive activities by contacting the following numbers. And to know more about the law and the prohibited activities, please visit our website www.cmc.om. Competition Protection and Monopoly Prevention Center.
Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Lieutenant General Ahmed bin Harith al-Nabhani, Chief of Staff of the Sultan's Armed Forces, received Lieutenant General Masi Emiliano del Casel, President of Center for High Defense Studies in Italy. During the meeting, they exchanged points of views and reviewed a number of matters of joint military concern. The Office of Secretary General of the Ministry of Defense honored a number of its excelled affiliates. His Excellency Mohammed bin Nasser al-Rasbi, Secretary General of the Ministry of Defense, handed over appreciation certificates and prizes to the excelled for their ideal job performance and efforts in performing their tasks. The honoring also included those winning the first places in cultural and scientific innovation programs. Central Bank of Oman signed a memorandum of understanding with Qatar Financial Center Regulatory Authority in order to promote their banking relations with various financial institutions and to establish firm collaborative endeavor in the field of banking supervision and oversight. The parties in this memorandum will work together to exchange relevant information and expertise to develop qualified manpower and achieve synergy in the methods and standard in bank oversight to maintain financial stability. The Omani side was represented by His Excellency Tahir bin Salim bin Abdullah Al-Amri, Executive President of Central Bank of Oman, while Mr. Michael G. Rian, the Chief Executive Officer of Qatar Financial Center Regulatory Authority, represented the Qatari side. For enhancing fast payment operations in a number of commercial shops using smartphones, the first digital mobile wallet application eFloss was launched. It came to keep up with the global development in the digital field. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan Al-Rahbi has more details in the following report.
eFloss, the first of its kind digital mobile wallet in the Sultanate, provides innovative cash services through more than 200 stores in the country. Omantel launched this digital mobile wallet app in cooperation with Suhar International and the Arab Financial Services Company.
Electronic wallet is the way the world is moving to now in the fourth industrial revolution, where using cash or using cards is becoming slowly a thing of the past. Some of the major countries like China depend heavily on e-wallets, and it's proving to be very successful. You can transfer funds in an easy, safe, and secure method, and you can also transfer funds between e-wallets. This will be very beneficial to a lot of people in society, especially if you don't want to open a bank account, or especially with children, or in any transaction you do, as this is the way money is going to be dealt with in the future.
This service will add a new concept in dealing with payments to become faster, safer, and easier, without the need for bank cards or bank accounts. It is a modern option, especially for the youth, as it only requires downloading an application.
This digital wallet allows customers to transfer digital currency which is money to make purchases at any merchants. Today we're launching with 22 different merchants in Oman with 200 branches. The merchants at the end are providing the service to be able to customers to make digital payment. E-wallet follows the government strategy of 2040 to convert the Sultanate of Oman to become a digital economy. And we are proud today to partner with Sahar International to be the first partners in Oman to actually launch this service to the public.
This digital mobile wallet embodies harnessing the world of technology to facilitate day-to-day transactions for subscribers and providing them with a modern lifestyle in line with the global developments. The digital wallet has made a quantum shift in payments with its smoothness, security and speed, paving the way for a transition to a non-cash future. For the Sultanate of Oman Television, Saleh Bukhalfan al-Rahbi, Muscat.
Within the framework of supporting small and medium establishments, the Public Authority for Small Establishments Development, Riyadh, held a ceremony to honor commercial advisors and specialists for their giving and contribution in giving advice, practical experiences and knowledge for entrepreneurs who participated in a program titled Inspiration and Success during the period from 2014 to 2018. The program included 98 commercial advisors and 13 commercial specialists who participated with their experience and contributed in enhancing and developing 396 entrepreneurs from various sectors. The ceremony displayed development plans for the program to deal with challenges and find mechanisms to improve its outcomes and develop the performance of participating establishments. Directorate of Water Resources in the Governorate of Dhofar marked the Arab Water Day, which falls on the 3rd of March every year. The day came under the theme Water, Food and Energy Sustainability of Life. The celebration included many cultural and social events that aimed to raise awareness among all segments of the society about the importance of preservation of water resources. An exhibition was also held on the sideline of the event that showcased efforts being exerted by the Ministry of Regional and Municipalities and Water Resources in the water sector. Now, all the way to Saudi Arabia, the Royal Camel Corps ended its participation in King Abdulaziz Camel Festival in its 3rd edition. The event was organized by Camel Club in Saudi Arabia. The Royal Camel Corps performed during the days of the festival a number of shows on the back of camels, such as camel riding, al-arda, musical show on the back of camels, and other activities that entertains everyone. A number of Omani traditional arts were performed, such as Al-Hambal, Al-Azi, which impressed the festival's audience and visitors. Indeed, preservation of the heritage is very important. The Ministry of Health, represented by the Health, Education and Awareness Programs Department, celebrated today the closing ceremony of the Obesity Control Project biggest winner at Hormuz Grand Muscat Hotel under the patronage of His Excellency Dr. Ali bin Talib Al Hinai and the Secretary for Planning Affairs at the Ministry of Health. More details on the following report. A closing ceremony on the Obesity Control Project biggest winner took place today. The idea of the competition came in support of activating the national policy and the multi-sectorial plan of action for the control of chronic non-communicable diseases, NCD. It lasted for 3 months from the beginning of October until the end of December 2018, with the participation of 30 health institutions in the Sultanate of Oman and approximately of 700 health workers. This competition is the first of its kind, which targeted various health professionals in the Ministry of Health at the level of the primary, secondary and tertiary health institutions who suffer from overweight or obesity. It aimed to create the competitiveness among the health workers in order to achieve the healthy weight, raising the awareness level about obesity causes and risks, as well as encouraging the healthcare workers to follow healthy habits and get rid of unhealthy ones to be a role model for their patients. During the honorary ceremony, the winning teams that implemented the competition in their institutions have been announced, where Al Wafi Health Center ranked in the first place, followed by Al Buraimi Health Center and Smail Hospital in the third place. In addition, the winning health workers who achieved the highest rates of weight loss at the level of the Sultanate from the overweight and obesity categories have been honored. Under the theme Shoulders Function Renovating Hub, the second National Musculoskeletal and Sports Medicine Symposium, organized by Diwan of the Royal Court, Director General of Medical Services, was held this morning. I was present at the event and I have this report. National Musculoskeletal and Sports Medicine Symposium under the theme Shoulders Function Renovating Hub has brought together healthcare staff from various institutions around the Sultanate that include sports medicines, physiotherapists, fitness professionals, nurses, exercise physiologists, nutritionists and primary care physicians to undergo a focused forum for the dissemination of original research results, new ideas and practical development experiences which concentrated on both theory and practices in sports medicine. 3 sessions were covered today, led by Omani specialists in this field.
It's a sports medicine symposium and it is focused on the shoulder injuries, both chronic and acute injuries. And the importance of it that to increase awareness and to increase the knowledge of the healthcare workers who deal with sports medicine, and to update them with the latest in terms of prevention, in terms of treatment and rehabilitation.
The main focus of the second National Sports Medicine Symposium is for shoulder joint. It talks mainly about the common acute sports medicine injuries and the common chronic sports medicine injuries. Also, it talks about the role of physiotherapy and the radiology department in the management of common sports medicine injuries, as well as it talks about the role of surgery and new technologies in treatment of sports medicine injuries of shoulder joint.
This symposium will update our knowledge to give the best of the care we can give.
As an emergency physician, I encounter this kind of shoulder-related injuries, which is related to the athletes as well as the general population on a day-to-day basis. So for me, this symposium is very important, as well as for other physicians and healthcare workers.
I am a nurse working in the Ministry of Health Institution, and I'm dealing with sports medicine. So far, I have benefited from the symposium, which will allow me to upgrade my skills.
Sports science is a discipline that studies how the healthy human body works during exercise and how sports and physical activity promote health from cellular to whole body perspective. This symposium provides timely opportunity to hear from the specialist team on advancement of this field and how to incorporate them into practice to improve care in the field of sports medicine. Abdullah bin Ahmed al-Rubai, Sultanate of Oman Television, Muscat. And now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear to partly cloudy skies will prevail over the most of the governorates, with chances of low clouds and fog over the governorate of South al-Sharqiyya and al-Wusta. Winds will be westerly to northwesterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. More details on your screen. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Committee of Research Council approves strategic research programs on food safety and non-communicable chronic diseases. His Excellency the Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs reviews with the Special United Nations Envoy to Yemen the ways of achieving peace in the country. His Excellency the Minister of State and Governor of the Far pays a visit to the Wilaya of Shlim and Al Halaniyat Islands within the 1 million palm tree projects. And a Rafid Fund finances 2,191 loans as at the end of December 2018. And with that, we do conclude this news bulletin brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. From the entire news team and myself, we do thank you for joining us, wish you a pleasant evening, and good night to all of you.